What is going on, everybody? WH Reacts here. I am back with another art series. So this is going to be a special one since this is the 25th anniversary of the Power Rangers. Power Rangers, for excuse me for my language. Um, we're going to be going over some highlights of my work from 2016 into last year. So with that being said, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, some likes, comments, and tell me what do you think of my video. So with that being said, this is going to be a 1993 inspiring VHS box art design, which I did 2 years ago. And let's just say I'm pretty blessed for how far I've come, because I remember 2015, I was really horrible in coloring pencils and stuff. But in 2016, I've gotten better, and over time, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and watching other artists and their technique as well. So what really inspired me to do these VHS box art inspiring works, design, is the way that the coloring looks. So, and yes, I did some studying on some details on each individual, every Ranger. So in 2016, I started with this. I started with Jason Lee Scott, the original Red Ranger. For those of you who are wondering, the shirt that he's wearing is from the pilot episode. So this right here is the one I started out with, and I took some elements from the 1983 VHS box art, the original version with Goldar in it. And if you look at the details on the Tyrannosaurus and the helmet, I put sparkles in yellow sparkles because I want the helmet to deflect on the shining area when he's either outside or in the different area. So, and as you can see, you have Jason morphing into MMPR Trooper, my favorite design of all, a Power Ranger, into his Tyrannosaurus Rex. So yes, I copied some of the colors from the VHS box art, and I made it into my own flavor, and it worked. I can't believe how well my art project turned out, because this is something that I wanted to do for a long time. I want to see, okay, I've never drew the Red Ranger like this, but I've always drawn Tommy. But even though his designs don't always turn out right, which I'm thinking about doing in the future once I get some new art supplies. So, and you have here him fighting King Sphinx. So this was inspired by my 2015 work, just like this. I did the same exact design like this in 2015, which is old. So I'm just so you guys know, it was part of my 2015-2016 redrawing series. I redraw some old designs and make them into new designs, make them look more renewed and fresh. So as you can see, King Sphinx has more details when it comes to the golden parts, and so does Jason with his power sword and his Tyrannosaurus Rex on the other side. Now the mountains, on the other hand, I didn't really feel like putting details on it. I just did it my way, and most of the dark areas I use are from a graphite pencils because it works with dark colors like red, black, blue, yellow. And if you put yellow and gold with the graphite, then you put yellow at the end, it works very well. But you have to learn how to work with them. So, and this is all done by mix. I mix Prism color pencils, I mix with oil, I mix with Sharpies, and I mix my art with this, with everything. Not just with one brand, with all brands as well. So me, I makes mine work. So maybe in the future I'll do a tutorial of how do I draw my characters when it comes to coloring. Like I said, I don't just use color pencils. I use different brands. I use everything. So Jason was the first design that I've done, and I'm grateful that it turned out very well. It looks exactly like Jason. And shout out to ASJ, aka Austin St. John, by the way, the original Red Ranger, if he's watching this. So next up, we have the brain of the group, Billy Cranston, which is my third favorite Power Ranger of all time. Now, Billy is my favorite Ranger because he went through a lot in 3 seasons. He had a character arc. In the beginning of season 1, he was your typical nerd with this whole techno babble. Trini was his only English translator. Shoot, if somebody could teach me how to do that, I'd probably make a heck of a career like that. But I'm just saying. So Billy was my favorite Blue Ranger of all time, and this was this is the full fight version of Peace, Love, and Woe, which was pretty strange focused episode for Billy, considering the fact that he did nothing in the episode but to get his butt kicked by Madame Woe, but ends up taking her crystal, freeing the other Rangers, including Mars, from the other dimension. So, and yes, I remember the episode. I did not watch it like as a toddler, but as an adult looking back at it now, it was pretty bad. But it was Billy focused episode. So yeah. So as you see, you have I've also done this 2015, 2016 redrawn series. This was done in 2015 also. This was the a new version of the old design of 2015. So this is Billy morphing into his Ranger. And by the way, let me zoom in on this helmet because I love how his helmet looks, because the way I did it, I took some elements of the VHS box art, and again, I finished it off with the sparkles on top, and his the horn on the middle of his helmet, I wanted to make it more sparkles. So that way, when I do these things, I always make sure I put every single details into my work, because I don't want it to make it look like a hot mess, like a 9-year-old or a 12-year-old did it. I wanted to make my work more professional, you know what I'm saying? So you have your Triceratops and right here. And you have Billy fighting Madame Woe. So you have the Triceratops, by the way, in the corner. I don't think I should redraw this because it looks perfect the way it is. I mean, even though there's some red marks on the bottom, because like I said, I've been packing my stuff all the time when I've been traveling. So yeah, that's probably my fault, but it's still among the classics. So yeah, Billy Cranston, and I believe I did this last year. Lee Hart. This is inspired by No Clowning Around VHS box art. Now, I had trouble drawing Amy Jo Johnson, having trouble capturing her features, her facial features, her eyes, her nose, her mouth. But let me zoom in once again. As you can see, it looks like her close enough. It looks like her close enough. So, anyway, you have Kimberly, have her morphing into a Ranger, into her Zord. Now, her helmet looks exactly like her actual Kimberly Peak Ranger's helmet. In the past, I couldn't even draw the Peak Ranger's helmet right, because it looks like some designs you see out of a Super Nintendo game or a Sega Genesis game. I'm trying to zoom out, but it won't let me. In the world? There we go. Sorry about that. So this is Kimberly fighting Snizard. So even though that was a good focus episode for Kimberly, the problem with that episode is that Kimberly flies her pterodactyl Zord. So why is she all of a sudden afraid to land a plane? You drove your pterodactyl Zord before. I'm sure you knew how to land your Zord on ground before, so why all of a sudden you having a problem with it? That's my only gripe I have for this episode, but hey, at least it was about a Kimberly focused episode than a No Clowning Around episode. Even though the episode is bad, it makes no sense because it should have been about Trini you know, because her little cousin Sylvia was turned into a cardboard cutout, even though that clown was on some pedophilia stuff. So yeah, that was back in '93. It had a lot of weird episodes in season 1. It wasn't really that great, but it is still. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, guys. My apologies. You gotta look for something right quick. Do not be disturbed. Just ignore it. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to do something right quick. Anyway, so this is her pterodactyl Zord up top at the end. Just so you guys know. Again, I like to make my art look more realistic when it comes to my designs. I put more details in what I do. So thanks to YouTube artists out there, you know what they say, YouTube is a man's best friend, right? So yeah. Excuse me. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Zach and Trini. No, actually we're gonna go over this design once again. If I could just somehow keep working on Tommy's design one more time, I'm so going to be through after this because I cannot take join the Grimm Ranger anymore. Okay. As many times I attempted this design, the helmet does not look right. I'm sorry, I hate it. Sometimes as an artist, you could just criticize your work. And just know when you're doing it, you'll be able to get better. So, his helmet looks 2 sizes too small. And Tommy's face looks 3 sizes too big. And although the top part looks fine, but the bottom looks a mess. I'm sorry, I do not like it at all. So, if I have to redesign this Tommy all over one more time, I'm hoping and praying that this turns out fine. Because I really, really hate it. So let me find Zach. If I can find no. That's why. Yeah, go. Alright guys, so this is my man Zach Taylor, the Zach man. Yes, this is the same design from Happy Birthday Zach in 1993. Although the first time I drew this, the helmet looked as stupid as usual. So this time I've gotten the helmet right. It looks like Zach. It looks like a Mastodon helmet. And I think to me, I'm not good at drawing people. But if I can somehow just sit there and practice drawing people right, then I'm good. I could sometimes be a natural or just need more work. So let me zoom in on Zach for a moment. Okay. Sometimes when I do live stream, it won't allow me to zoom in. Okay. So this is Zach, the Zach man, moving into the Mastodon helmet until his Zord. By the way, I love how I did the Mastodon. I took my time on it and it looks fantastic. I did not freelance it. I just went for it. Then you have Zach fighting the Nancy Knight. By the way, I love the episode Happy Birthday Zach. Because it was a focus episode. His friends, Zach thinks his friends forgot his birthday. But at the end, they all do a surprise for him. Which I thought was sweet. Let me tell you something. To tell you the truth, I used to watch this episode every freaking day when I was like 10 or 11. I used to watch this since I was like real young. Rewinding to one of my favorite parts when the Zords come out, fighting the monster. especially the Ron Wasserman's music. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. And I used to rewind it every single day, going to school and coming home from school. And by the way, I hate the Mastodon. I don't like how I did it. Ignore it. LOL. Alright, so on to our final Ranger of the day. Trini Kwan, rest in peace, 3 Train. So this is my final work. This is High Five, also known as the Mantis episode. Let's be honest here. I thought this episode was Trini's focus episode because she wanted to learn a new martial arts move, the Mantis technique. But the more she struggles, the more it got worse for her. So the Mantis monster made her weakness. Wanted to fight the monster in a fair fight. Trini wanted to fight this guy in a fair fight in honor. So this is your saber-tooth tiger helmet. The first time I drew Trini, she looked like CJ So Cool's wife. LOL. But I think the second time I did it, she actually looks like Trini a little bit, but it's fine. You know, not perfect, but it is what it is. So yeah, Trini morphing into her Ranger, then into her saber-tooth tiger Zord, which looks awesome. I mean, it looks awesome, by the way. Now, her Ranger part looks great. What helped me throughout this was JC's Ain't No Love song. I use this song a lot to help me get through this part, and it worked. Like I said, guys, when it comes to art and music, it works. Find whatever it is find whatever it is, songs that is your favorite, play it, use it to help you get through your art project. That's the only way. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my my 1983 inspired box art design video. Maybe later on today or tonight I'll probably do some live stream. Well, maybe later on, today I'll probably do some live stream on my Michelangelo, because right now I'm currently working on Michelangelo. I'm not done cross hatching him because there's a lot of details and some veins everywhere. So, oh, and by the way, shout out to Zia's comic art, because when I did a reaction to him a few days ago, I realized that his art was inspired by David Finch. He is another comic book artist, and now I know why Zach Azia's work was inspired by David's, and my work is inspired by Zach Azia's. So, like I said before, we all have a lot of different artists, that influence in our lives, that want to inspire us to continue to push on and get better. So this is exactly what Michelangelo looks like. So I'm currently working on the top. So all I need to do is finish cross hatching on the bottom. Wait a minute. Wait a second, who's that calling me?